Namaste dear learners. I welcome you all to our series of video lessons on the syllabus of BA third semester optional English, Rani Channamma University, Belagavi. Today we will discuss a poem called To a Skylark written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Shelley was a 19th century British romantic poet and he is known for his classic works like Ode to the West Wind and The Mask of Anarchy. He is also known for his long poems and which are Queen Mab and Alastor. He went on many adventures with his second wife Mary Shelley, who was also a writer. He was born in 1792 in England and died in 1822 in Italy. He was a romantic poet and he had a passionate search for personal love. As well, he was in search of social justice, and these two things channeled his poetry from overt actions into poems and that rank with the greatest in the English language. His poems are considered to be great in English literature. He was a major influence on the subsequent generations of poets, and he had influenced the poets like Robert Browning, Algernon Charles Swinburne, Thomas Hardy, and William Butler Yeats. The best works of Shelley are Ozymandias, Ode to the West Wind, To a Skylark, and The Mask of Anarchy. He also wrote a drama called The Cenci and a long poem called Alastor or The Spirit of Solitude, Julian and Medallo, Adonis, Prometheus, Unbound, which can be called his masterpiece, Hellas, and he also wrote an unfinished work called The Triumph of Life. He was a political radical and he had an influence from the thinkers like Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Tim Paine, Godwin, Wollstonecraft, and Leigh Hunt. Shelley always spoke against the Catholic clutch and he advocated for Catholic emancipation, republication, parliamentary reform, and the extension of franchise, freedom of speech, and peaceful assembly. And he wants to put an end to aristocratic and clerical privilege and a more equal distribution of income and wealth. P.B. Shelley's To a Skylark was inspired by the song of a real skylark heard in Italy in 1820. He heard a real song of a skylark and wrote this present poem. Stephen Hebron considers how Shelley was able to transform ordinary experience into a plea to move beyond that experience to a deeper poetic understanding. Many of us hear the voice or the songs of the birds, but we do not think about those things. But this man was able to understand the song of the bird beyond the surface level, and he gave a poetic touch to the song of the skylark. He composed To a Skylark in the summer of 1820 when he was living in Italy. It is one of his most accessible and popular poems in English literature. He begins the poem by praising the evening flight of the skylark, then he looks without success for examples of equivalent beauty and finally asks the bird to teach him its sweet thoughts. The poet asks questions the bird and asks the bird to teach him the sweet thoughts it mingled in its song. In her note to the poem, Mary Shelley traced its genesis to a particular summer evening while Mary Shelley writes a critical note about the poem, and she says the poem was composed while wandering among the lanes whose myrtle hedges were the bowers of the fireflies. We heard the caroling of the skylark, which inspired one of the most beautiful of his poems. Both of them were wandering on one evening in a lane, and they heard the song of the bird, and that song became one of the most beautiful songs in English literature. Shelley's skylark, Thomas Hardy imagines the dust of the lark that Shelley heard and requests the fairies to find it together with a casket. Thomas Hardy comments on the poem, and he says the dust of the skylark has turned into a beautiful poetic piece by one of the great poets of English literature called P.B. Shelley. The poem is not a description of a particular occasion or a particular bird. Rather, it is a search for something ideal and elusive, something which cannot in the end be captured in words. The poet doesn't talks about a particular thing or a place, but it describes about something that which we cannot get access to in our life. Shelley consequently asks the skylark to teach him its thoughts, compared to which he believes mankind's wedding songs and chants of triumph would be no more than empty boasts. P.B. Shelley says that the song of the bird is more beautiful, more sonorous, more meaningful, more philosophical than all the human songs, than all the happy songs that we human beings compose. In the poem, P.B. Shelley creates through a series of fine images and similes and most beguiling evocation of the skylark's carefree crystalline existence. He talks about the carefree life of the skylark. Equally, Shelley vividly evokes contrasting human characteristics by comparing humans to the bird. Thank you very much. In our next video session, we will discuss the poem thoroughly.